Guten Tag, my people. We are in a new land. Alderney, baby. We are in Alderney, which is part of the Channel Islands. So you kind of like have like the notable ones, which would be like Jersey and Guernsey, and then you've got like the smaller ones, which are like Alderney, Sark, and I think it's called Herne. I think it's the other one, I believe. But anyway, we are in the Channel Islands, and we are like 600 meters into our hike. I actually came here yesterday, so I arrived yesterday. Went over to get some sunset photos, and oh my god, it was so beautiful. I was just like, I left you guys at home. I was just like, I'm just gonna enjoy this for me. And oh man, it was so beautiful, so beautiful. So we're pretty much gonna walk the entire island today. Roughly about 18 kilometers or so we're gonna do, probably even more than me. So we're gonna do that. It's kind of cool. So to get here, you've got to go on a little propeller plane. So that was my first time on a propeller plane. It was a interesting experience. It's very bumpy when you're taking off and landing. You zoom around everywhere. It's not like straight. You are flying around everywhere. And yeah, there's like 15 people per plane. That's it. That's like full capacity. Which is and it's very small inside. I didn't realize how small it was. I just walked up the steps and just head-butted the plane because you got to crouch down to get through the door. So that was quite funny. But anyway, we're here for a week. I've got some other things planned later in the week. We are gonna zoom on a boat, which is going to be cool. Hopefully the seas are going to be smooth sailing. But if you don't know where the Channel Islands are anyway, we're pretty much right by France. Like, we are closer to France than we are England. So yeah, we're just going to explore the land. It's very rich. It's not a country. It's kind of like a crown dependency or like something to do with the crown. Anyway, so they're not there. It's not really like a country per se, but it's not a UK territory as well. It's kind of like a grey area. But the Channel Islands, especially Alderney, is very rich in World War II history. And they actually used to have a concentration camp on Alderney as well, which I'm not too sure if we're going to see on this route, but we'll find out. But yeah, there's a lot of like bunkers, and as I said, there's a camp, there's a railway as well, which the Germans built to move rock, apparently. So if you're into your World War II history, you will like this place as well. I have no idea if you can see this, but like right there's a duck. I don't think I've ever seen a duck in the ocean, but that's pretty cool. Down there, all those rocks. You can apparently see seals on Alderney, so I need to see a seal, at least one seal, in my time here. But there's a lot of rocks. We're going to go this way, and then we're going to come back this way. I don't know what is at the end of this, like what we're going to see on this route, but it basically just tells us to come down this way, look at something, and then come back. So it might be that like ruin up there, maybe. But we'll see. I'll have a look on the map and see how far it wants to take us down this route. It's proper like humid, but like the wind makes it a lot colder. So like when the wind's not blowing, I'm like, oh, I'm sweating. And then the wind comes in, you're like, oh, that's lovely. So I'm debating whether to take my fleece off and have the t-shirt. But yeah, that's like think it's like Fort Clonque. I don't actually know if that's how you pronounce it. It's Clonque. Clonker. So anyway, that's what I saw yesterday, but from up on the cliffs. And there was this beautiful, beautiful spot that you could see right down. And there was these like purple flowers, and it was so beautiful. And the sunset was kind of like over there. Oh, it was amazing. And so there's like a little, like the path that goes to the fort. When the tide comes in, it makes it look like a really tiny path, and it like just covers it up when it gets to a certain level. So yesterday, you literally just saw a sliver of it, and it looked like people were walking on water. It was awesome. Unfortunately, I didn't have a big enough zoom on me to get like zoomed up photos of it, but we still got photos of it in the end. I've been thinking of mixing up my my lens setup at the moment. So there's been a few times, especially like with the amazing sunset I saw in Gibraltar, I needed like a wider lens. So I've been looking at like a 14mm prime to have on there, and then swap out my 24-105, which is what I've got on at the moment, to a 24-70 but a 2.8 f-stop, and then get a 7200 at a 2.8 as well, like the mighty 3. I think that'll do me for everything. And when I start going into like the Africa leg of things, into my Project World Summit and my side quests, I do want to get a bigger telephoto lens, but it's like crazy prices, like 10 grand for the 100 to 300 mil 2.8. And I was just like, buddy. So yeah, that's a little bit off the list at the moment. But yeah, it's cool. It looks like it's gonna rain, but I don't think it is. It's just like cloudy. It was quite sunny yesterday, which was nice, which is why I went to go and get the sunset. Look at that turret, a little lookout point. Look at that. Look at that boulder in the middle. What the hell? He's coming there. Have your machine guns ready. And it like looks out over there. That's landing ships. But these would have all been German fortifications, since they took France, and this is pretty much right next to France, so that'll be all the Germans. Well, nice. You know, the locals here are so nice. This one guy just come up to me and start talking about like the island's history. just saying how amazing it is here. And then this other guy, after that guy left, this other guy came out of his car. I was like, oh, I heard you talking about the occupation trail. He's like, here's a map. And I was just like, wow. So I've just been gifted a map to the occupation trail of Alderney. And so this is all the points. Look at this. In World War II, the Channel Islands were the only part of the British Isles to be occupied by the Nazis. On the 23rd of June 1940, Alderney's population were mostly evacuated to the UK. In July, German troops arrived on the island. Impregnable fortress, Bosch. 16th of May 1945, Alderney was surrendered. It would take a further 7 months of clearing Alderney before the islanders could return home. Look at that. Majestic. I mean, it was a majestic time, you know, but it's pretty majestic, all the history. That's Fort Clonque. We are over here, so that there is Fort Torgis. So the guy said you can actually go into that little blob there and walk all the way up to the fort. So on the map, we weren't actually meant to come this far. I'm like 200 meters over where I should be, but I'm doing it for the law. So there's a rock over there. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it in the distance. We are going over that way. I'll show you close to the time what that rock is. It's quite funny, but yes, that's Fort Clonque. there. We're going to walk past it, so I'm tempted to walk along that bit, but when the tide's up, I think it would just be even better to go over there, get the reflections of the water, even though it's moving a bit. But oh, it's beautiful right here. And then there's like loads of like little rock thingy-majiggies over there. I've not seen any seals as of yet, but I hold out hope. We've only done just over 2.5k, and it's 11 o'clock. We started just after 10 o'clock. I went for a sit-down breakfast this morning, and the captain opened till 9. So I don't mind. It's only like 18k, and it's pretty much the whole island, like the whole outskirt of the island, like a loop of the island is like 18k-ish. So I don't mind. And I fully planned on taking many detours on this route, so it's all good. But then, going back to the map, it's kind of like it runs out of things to tell you, like there's not enough room for all the code. Oh! So you have to go on the back and like look, anti-tank wall. What else have we got? Site of larger Borkum, hospital bunker, Russian cemetery. Oh yeah, I got a Roman fort here. Fort Albert. It's kind of cool. Anti-aircraft battery. That's kind of cool. Where's the concentration camp? I have no idea. Telegraph Tower. So the actual tallest point on the island is over there somewhere. It's like not like an exact point. It's like a plateau. It's like flat. You just got to walk up there, and they say it's near a radio tower, and it's the southwest of the island, I believe, which is near the airport, which is over that way. Although there is a radio tower over that way, so yeah, that was a little bit confusing. But anyway, so there's that. And that's actually the whole reason I'm actually in Alderney in the first place, is visiting my girlfriend's family. So her family are from Alderney, and some of them still live on Alderney, so we are here visiting them. That's why we're here for so long. If it was just if it was me by myself, I wouldn't be here for 7 days. It would be a smaller trip. But yeah, so it's nice, free accommodation, being fed. It's a nice thing to have. So yeah, so she's with her grandma today. She doesn't really do the whole hiking shenanigans, which is why you've never seen her in a vlog, because that's not really her jam. Yeah, so we're just going to pack up. I might take this fleece off, and then we're going to head back down that way. I might actually have a little look in there before I leave, and then we're going to go back up over there to the fort, and then continue onwards around that way. But yeah, it's a little bit cloudy today. It's kind of like you can't see all the way to the horizon. The sun yesterday, right, was massive on the horizon. It was so big, and I thought it was going to be blocked by the clouds. And so I left the place I was at, and I looked back, and the clouds had moved just as the sun was going to the horizon, and it was beautiful. It was so massive, like huge on the horizon of the water, and then it just sunk below, and I was like, oh, that is majestic. But anyway, let's keep belaying. Oh yeah, final note, look at this. I forgot my platypus, so I have to resort to the old school method of having a water bottle in my bag. So I've got to keep taking my bag on and off now to get a drink, which is the reason I had a platypus, so I don't need to keep doing that. And the weird thing is, I swear I put it in my bag. So I opened my bag up, and it should have been on top of my bag, and I opened it, and I was like, well, where's that gone? So I don't actually know where that has gone. But at least we got a water bottle with me today anyway. We're going in. Look at that. It's not like tall either. It's like kind of the height of my head. Look at that. This feels so weird because it's so dark. I'm meant to be going back the other way, but we're going to explore this route a bit. Look at this. It's just like pitch black. There could be all sorts of fucking creatures in here, and you can't even see me. Imagine coming in here at night. Maybe there's some cool ghosts. The ghosts of the Germans. Around the corner. Oh, do you know what? That would actually make... Oh, even down there. But like, that makes such a moody photo. Right, I'm gonna get a photo quick. Right, we're gonna continue. That was some cool photos. Look at this, we go up these stairs. They're really low, right? Look at that. It comes out into this kind of like a schnizzle. This will be, there'll be like guns here. And then, I don't know what kind of guns though. And he looks over there. I thought we were like really high. I thought we were really high up then. So there's like, you can go that way behind us, or you can kind of go over here. Wait, information. What's down here? Oh, that's like filled up. What's in the information bit? This would have been the shell store where they store the turtles. That's where we came in. Zoomed up here, we're in that little box there. So you'd have to go up that way to ding 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 bam. 68 pounder, not a quarter pounder with cheese, a 68 pounder. Battery, number 1 before clearance. Do you know what? That looks really cool though. Look at how cool that looks. With it all overgrown, like nature's reclaimed it. That looks cool. They should, I don't know if they've left any of the old forts or anything like that, or the German remains, like, just left for nature to reclaim. That would have made some awesome photos. But it's kind of cool. Look at that rusty bar. There's that window. A bit more of a fort up there. But I think we're going to head back down anyway and zoom back the way we came to go over to Clonker. Big Clonker. But yeah, so whoever was here must have slid on these rails, I think. Or maybe they were apparently mounted there. I have no idea. So what's down here? Oh, that's the way we came up. I think this is the way up. Is this the way up? Magazine. Oh, cool, look at this. Magazine. It's actually a shop in Russian. Magazine. The window. Why is it so like mystical? Mystical light. Oh, this is cool. Magazine. Okay. Alright, now we're actually going to go back down. Wait, what's this? That's the way we... Yeah, that's... If you're going to go up more, it's that way. Or we're going to go back down. Look at all these pink flowers. Look how cool they are. And that's the road that goes to the fort. And, so that's how far the sea comes in. So you can see it all kind of like disappears when the tide's in. And then over there, there's like... I don't know if you can see it, but where there's like pink flowers were in there, that's where I was yesterday with the camera and tripod taking photos of the fort and the sunset. It was so beautiful. But so all these white birds, you might be able to see them, but all these white birds here, they are gannets, which are very common in Alderney. And that over there is their rock. I'll show you in better detail because I think we're going closer to it. Actually, I don't know if we're going to get close to it. But that rock there, that's white. It's called something official. But the locals call it Gannet Rock. And the reason it is white is because that is all bird shit. They have painted that giant rock in the sea, half white from their own shit. So that is Gannet Rock. I don't know if we are going to see it in better detail over there. I'm not too sure, because I know we're not going right over that way. We're going to kind of cut around. But yeah, I'll show you it here just in case we don't go all the way over there. But the Poop Rock, look, there is. Oh, that's a seagull. I'll put those over there. Actually, is that a seagull? I don't know. I'm not a bird expert. Generally not a bird expert. But yeah, look, there's poop down there as well. It's all very cool. Try not to tread on the flowers here. We're actually going back where that little post is, and we're going up that way. But I wanted to come to the edge and see some cool things. Look at these guys. The oinkers. Look, there's many oinkers. Look at him. He is speeding. Look at them small little oinks. This guy is living the dream. He's just passed out from sheer food coma. But look at them little guys. The mini oinkers. The little pigs. Oh, they're coming over. Look at them. Hello. Look, oh my god, look at them. Hello, little pig. Look at you. Oh, look at them all. They're coming over. Hello. They're such chaotic little animals. The Telegraph Tower. Wait, that's it there. I think that's the tallest point in Alderney, you know. I think it's like, wait, hold on, let me go back to that. So I think the tallest point in Alderney is not, well, I think it's down as 90 meters, but it doesn't say the Napoleonic War Signalling Tower. Kind of cool. The tower was used to send secret codes to Sark, one number at a time. A tall pole on the roof had big wooden arms that were moved into different positions for each number. So 32 kilometers away they had to see the big number. That's pretty well. I don't know how like well you could see with a telescope, but that's pretty far. Took me ages to try and get a photo without my camera tripods, but look, you can go in here, free admission, donations welcome. Step into history. Look at this, little flags. Semaphore alphabet. Take these flags outside and obstruct aeroplanes with your dodgy signals. That's pretty cool. You can go up. There's got a bit of a leak there. Queen Charlotte. Let's go upstairs. Look at that. 1936. Use a handrail. Look, my backpack's gonna catch on. Oh, it does, so I'm gonna have to like miniature. Well, that's a real person then. Just a guy looking outside. What are you looking at? It's kind of cool. Telescope. Now we're talking. Okie dokie. Oh, look at that. We're at the top. Can you see? I can see just whiteness. Wait, hold up. I can see. Hello. That's all I can see is white. That's pretty cool. And then they would write down the numbers from what the little white thing on top said. And that's the key to cracking the code. That's cool. And there's the airport. Gently turn the handle and imagine you are signalling arms on the roof. Oh, wait, did we turn it? Oh. Oh. We're signalling for a Domino's delivery. D-O-M-I. I just forgot how to spell Domino's. Wow, don't I look silly? I-D-R-I. Wait, we're just gonna forget. We're just gonna forget that attempt. We're gonna go Domino's. We got Lager Silt. This was a labour camp up there. Little aeroplane. Look at him. I don't know. Okay, so there's loads of different camps across. Well, there's four camps across the island, and this is this one here. Helgoland. We haven't seen that one, even though we kind of went over that way. Borkum and Alderney, but we're actually going this way, not going down that way. We are going over here. Coast Path, look at that, 3 miles to Bray. It's like a little woodland thing, it's well cool. So there's not many trees on the island that you see when you're walking around, kind of like the edges. It's just because it's so windy. And then you come in here and it's like a little forest. This is cool. Look at that. It's covered in ivy everywhere. This is very nice. It's very humid today because of the clouds. So the humidity is high, which makes me sweat. But look at that, there's a little path that goes down there. Bluebells are out. Very nice. This is cool, yeah. I'll go down there. But we're going this way. And I don't actually know what we're going to see. But yeah, that was a nice little surprise. This majestic bench. All the benches around here are like white with like the mahogany kind of wood. But we're standing on a bunker, which is cool. And then bosh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. That's one like, look at the house, look at the view that house has. Just like wake up in the morning, smelling like P. Diddy. But oh, the water looks so nice down there. And over there, there's a few boats I've seen like zooming around, like some, like I think they're called like ribs or something. I can't remember. I'm not a boat expert, but the black speedboats are like the special forces use. There's a few of them flying around. And I don't know if they're like bird watching tours, and they're going up to see like the wildlife and like the birds on the rocks. But I'm not too sure. But I have not seen a seal yet. But we're only 8k in, so there's plenty more opportunities to see the seals. Look at this little guy. This guy's just chilling. They're just having a pretty good time. Living the dream. Sleeping, eating, and watching the sea. That's a pretty good life. Hello. Look at that, there's an absolute ravaged rabbit. And there's another one. So apparently, there's a real big problem with Mixie going around the island at the moment. So, not to touch the rabbits. That's actually the first 2 dead rabbits I've seen, to be fair, since I've been here. I've seen a few rabbits running around, but those are the first 2 I've seen. There's more cows over there. We are making our way around. We are just over 9 kilometers in. Technically that would be halfway, but because of my little side quest in, it's not. We've been walking a little bit more than what the route wanted us to, But if you didn't enjoy anywhere, that's what you gotta do. You gotta side quest off the main path. It's like if you're grinding a story game and you just want to play all the story missions, you're not going to experience the game to the full beauty. If you go around and explore and get all the collectibles and do all the side quests, yeah, it takes you longer, but you have such a more fun time. And then when you go back to grind the story missions, you're just OP and then just crush them anyway. So always grind out the side quests and the collectibles. It pays off in the long run. Look at all these. Oh, look at those. That is like prime milk right there. Look at them. Hello cow. Look at them all, so chilled, just chilled and eating grass. That is Homelander's wet dream right there. All that milk. That water down there looks so nice for a little dip. This is a very nice kind of path we're on at the moment, running parallel with the cliff edge and the sea. But that water looks so nice. It looks like kind of looks like some of the beaches I saw at Croatia with that kind of like turquoise blue. But very nice indeed. There is the Roman fort. 2,000 years of honest history, from Romans to the Napoleonic to World War II. It's been through a fair bit. We've got a golf course there, and then over here it's like some bunker. I think it's a bunker. We're gonna have a little look. That's a cool little house, like a green roof. Behind here is like a big bay. The tides are right out at the moment, so there's not much water in it. Anti-tank gun bunker. That's pretty cool. Let's have a little look. People visiting this site do so at their own risk. Yes. Look at that through there. Entrance defense. Oh, so that was the little hole that would shoot through there. Stop people coming in. We've got this cool thing. No clue what's in there. Just a black room. That's the ammunition room. I'm guessing this is, oh, that's so bright, that hole. There. The 4.7 centimeter pack anti-tank gun. It'd be pretty cool if they had like the gun here still, but they don't. It's a Czechoslovakian gun. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's like the place has been like gutted. Can't really see in there, but it's just black of everything. So you basically just left an escape tunnel. Yeah, buddy. That's cool. So you can kind of see a shell. None of the actual stuff is left here anymore. I don't know what they did with it. I don't know why they didn't keep it as like a museum. But cool nonetheless. So we're going to keep going over that way. Here we are, the Russian cemetery. There's no like crosses or anything, grave markers, but I assume they've just all been taken down. Trying to read speed to wonder what happened to them. The demand of a larger burial ground soon led to the opening of the Russian cemetery. The exhumation of the remains of 381 workers from St. Anne's Churchyard and this burial grounds. Wow. So it was occupied for 5 years, Alderney. 5 whole years of German command. There was like a massive bunker thing over the hill over there, and it looked like the start point for a mission in Sniper Elite. I think it was Sniper Elite, where it's in the World War II. One of the sniper games, I think it was that, but yeah, I was like, that's all cool. Have a little lunch stop. Look at this bad boy. Cherry bakewell slice, look how thick that juicy little thing is. And it's a pretty good view to go with it. We're, wait, what's going on here? I am so confused. Back. What the hell? Back. I am so confused what I've just done to my thing. I'll work that out in a minute. We're about 13k in anyway. Look at that, that's like someone's house and they've like built it into like the old fortifications on the sea. Like something you'll see on like Grand Designs. Pretty majestic, like right on the edge. Look at those cool plants. I keep seeing them around here. They kind of look like a rose, but they're not. Like the flower on it, and they're really cool. I've no idea what they are. So you got Alderney Lighthouse there. It's cool. It's cool. It's black. Look at that next to it. It looks like a giant speaker. Oh, look at that. Look at that cool tower there. But that's cool. And there's some like ruins over there on the rocks. That's that house that's been like built into the bunkers. And we're gonna zoom around this way. But that tower, that 100% is something you would find in a Sniper Elite mission. Look at this. It's the miniature railway. The mini railway. How cool is that? You get to see a mini train. But there's the lighthouse there. That's actually quite a good photo. I actually took a photo just there, but moving around this angle, it has opened up to a little bit of a nicer composition. Oh, do you know what? I reckon if I walk around here, it's going to be nice. Get that frame in. Look, sound horn. I want to see the little train. I don't know if I'm going to go up there on the map, but it looks well cool. I don't actually know how to get up there, but yeah, look, it's actually quite a big little train track. This is a high risk activity. Please don't try this at home. We are now going to cross the train track. Oh. What's that film where Jack Black's a giant? That's what I just felt like. I actually can't remember what that film's called now. But look at that rock over there. That's a cool rock. So nice right there. That looks so cool up there. Just to look out. I don't actually think we're going near a path which we can detour off to just go up there. But it's cool. Oh, it's like a green waste tip here. It smells lovely, like green waste decomposing. Such a good smell. But, oh yeah, look at that through there. Let's get a photo. So apparently that used to be an old quarry, and that is the old train line that the Germans built. That goes there. That's cool. Look at that house on the cliff there. That's fancy. That's some high society type of things. That's like a type of house where there's an Illuminati meeting point underneath it. Look at that beach, man. Look how beautiful that looks. So nice. Look at that water. Oh, just to have a little dip. Do you know what? I did big brain thinking before I arrived here, and I packed my swimming trunks, so I can go for a dip, a little dip. Oh, look at that! It looks so nice, so nice, so beautiful. Let's get to the edge. Oh, so nice. The sun is out now, which means the hat is on. We are now deflecting the sunbeams from my forehead. Sensational. Oh look, there's water over there as well. And that must be like a reservoir or something. But that's cool. There's like a little swan or a goose just chilling out over there. And then to the right we have a nice blue ocean breeze. And we've got all these cool little flowers. Lovely. Little house on the thing. But yeah, that's so nice. I just need to come back here when it's a bit sunny. Is it well? I think one of the days this weekend's not going to be too sunny. I'm not too sure. I might just bumble out down and have a little look. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really matter if it's not too sunny, because I get protected from the sunbeams. I actually don't know how long it takes to walk from where we're staying to here, because I've gone like the long way around. We're like 15.3k in, so yeah, I'm not too sure. This is an empty beach. Empty goodness. Look at that, a sauna on the beach. That is a great idea. Can just get steamed and then jump in the sea and then come back and sweat yourself again. What a genius idea. Let's take a piece of what that was. It was a block of concrete. Oh, that's lovely. I want to come back to this beach. I think it was called like Corbett's Beach or something. Something like that. Well, that's cool over there as well. Found this little tap on this campsite here. I found my water bottle up. This is the water bottle I bought at the airport yesterday. And yeah, we filled it up again today. Only a litre. Lovely jubbly. And so we can have another litre. There's another beach here which is like super quiet. No one here. Majestic. Just a little boat. Oh, look at that water. Such temptation just to go in for a little swim. Beautiful. Just a hole down there. Drop a grenade and run. Oh, you can get through like that a little bit and come down in there. That's kind of cool though. Look at that little hole. Just walking down the dark and you didn't see it and just fall down there. But that's the last of the beach. We're going to go up here now to see more things. We're side questing again to come off there. This is 148. Cool. Wait, hold up. My poles are flopping around. Right, we go. Let's go down there. This is a water storage bunker. Oh shit, I can't see. Aha! I opened this. That, the door's stuck. I don't think I can actually squeeze through that. Ooh, see. There's nothing in here. So that must have been where the water source was. And then the door won't open. Mamma mia. Look at that. A garrison of 3,500 and 4,000 in labour. It's kind of cool. There's another one. Ooh. This one looks a little bit more lighter. Birds and botany. So, oh, actually what this was useful. Hello. Look at that. Majestic. What the hell's that? That is 100% the Batman call sign. Searchlight bunker. So I believe that's the port over there for where you get the ferries and boats to the other islands. I think it is. That's where the boats seem to be coming from. It's just like all like little bunkers. This is just like the adult Teletubby land here. Look at that pattern on the sand. That's well cool. But yeah, look at that over there. It looks like we've just spawned into a sniper elite mission. This is like the last beach we're gonna see before we head up back around to our finish point. We're only like 2.5k away, I think, from finishing, so we're almost done. And yeah, so nice. And that's the harbour there, where the little boats come in, and then they get deliveries over there from the boats. I haven't seen any big boats yet, just little ones. It looks well cool from here, looking back over all the fortifications hidden in the side of the hills, like the cliff and the rock, and then that cool little formation down there. And then basically we're just walking along the upper bit of the beach, but I think that's maybe like the main beach here. It looks like it, because it looks like that's where everyone is here, and then they just come out to the beach. And then the beaches where we were earlier, they're like you gotta put some effort in to get to beaches. So they were just dead, and like no one there, which was lovely. But saying that, there's no one here as well. So I've had all 3 beaches pretty much to myself. I think there's actually, I'm not too sure if they're people or just like floaty things. I have no idea. The hike is complete. I did not realise how much I have captured the sun rays in my head. Man, do you know what? I can't remember the last time I actually got a sunburn. I've not been sunburnt all year, this year, and for a good chunk of last year. I think the last time, one of the few times I got sunburnt was like, I remember I got sunburnt in Czech when it was sunny against the snow. It was so weird, because this morning it was so cloudy. I had the jacket, like the fleece on, and I was like, oh, it'll be alright. And then it was really humid, I don't think. And then it got really warm, and for some stupid reason, I was like, sun cream, who needs that? And then I didn't put my hat on till late. Look at the difference between like my hair. I'm like one of those rubbers you get at school, like the white and pink ones. So yes, I am now Mr. Pink. Look at that. That's my arms. Even my arms got a little bit burnt, like a little bit there on my forearm. But man, look at my head. Before I came back out again, anyway, I lubed myself up thoroughly with the sun lube. So I hope this is it. I'm gonna remember now to just put sun cream on. I can't believe how bad it is. Look at that, man. Anyway, enough of that. We are back at Clonk, watching the sunset. So that's Fort Clonk over there. Do you know what I also found out? So that fort is actually converted to stay in. So you can stay in that. And I thought it was like a hotel. I was like, oh, that's well cool. Like it's a hotel. It's not a hotel. It is literally, you rent the entire thing out. 13 people. And because it was so sunny today, I was thinking on the train of thought that there wasn't much cloud in the sky, so we're gonna get a banging sunset. And now the clouds have appeared, and they're kind of just hiding the sun at the moment. So what I'm hoping for is that if we wait long enough, the sun's gonna drop below the clouds. I'm hoping. Like it did yesterday, and I got impatient and left because I thought it was gonna be too cloudy, and then I turned around and it was magnificent, and I was like, damn. So I'm not gonna be fooled twice. But yeah, here we are. We got the ND filter on. We're kind of like, it's a little bit bright at the moment, so we're kind of working with 0.8 of a second at the moment with shutter delay, like the exposure time. So we've got to wait for it to get a little bit darker to get those longer exposed shots. But I might actually put a fleece on now, it's getting a bit chilly.